What is up? What is cracking? Collective. Just here for some creative thinking, critical thinking. So, still something about Atom. Still have to watch that movie program, Atom. For some reason, I haven't been like watching movies and things like that, but I definitely got to get back into it, right? Um, it's something about the song Akuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our philosophy. Hakuna Matata. So, something about the Lion King, but something about that Pacific part. I believe in that part, that is when Simba was transitioning from a cub. Oops, Alexa off. From a cub, like, do they call baby lions cubs? I guess, whatever. But from a kid to a like teenager, or young adult, right? So he was transitioning from one aspect of how he was to another. And you can see him growing. You can see how his hair is filling out. You can see he's more confident. You can see that he is no not worrying, right? Not worrying. There's something about that. Okay, so that is how Simba is in that Pacific scene, right? So it's something about that song Hakuna Matata. We probably got to look more into that. But as well, it's something about the monkey. And for some reason, I always think about these monkeys. Okay, so monkeys always come up often in my messages, right? Um, just thinking about how, the human is like 90 something percent human DNA, 90 something percent animal, which is an ape, okay? A monkey. So it's something about the monkeys here. I always get it for Aladdin and get it for the Lion King. Okay, wow, the Lion King, all right. Um, so I'm seeing that it's something about this whole part, right? With I don't know his name, the monkey name, but it's something about that part with him. Okay, so the monkey is the wise one. All right, the monkey is the one that helps guide Simba, but see, he doesn't give the answers, right? And even when Simba looks up to his father in the sky and he talks to his father, his father doesn't really give him the full answer as well. So it's something about answers here, but can't nobody give you the full answers. Like you have to go out there and find the answers for yourself. But he still had the guide, which is the monkey, right, to guide him at times, right? But the monkey, of course, had to leave. This kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, a message I had did where you had these advisors, and then all of a sudden, which boy was the Mad Hatter, right? You had the Mad Hatter, and then the Mad Hatter leaves, and then you have to go off and go in this world, and you're like, what is this? Right? What is this? What the did I get into? Because this was not what I thought it was. Okay, type of type of energy here. And so yeah, so you meet people, right? And you get out there, and you find out that we have bad teachers and we have good teachers, right? Okay, so this could all just be about a story. And I mean, I'm not sure if I gotta watch The Lion King again, but I'm not sure if Simba already knew that Scar was like betraying his dad or betrayed his dad, or that's just something that he had to learn. So it's something about watching this movie over again. I'd be like, oh my God, you gotta watch it over. But sometimes it's messages in those movies that we didn't understand as children. As children, we think as a child, right? But now as an adult, if we watch the movie over again, what do we see? What can we get out of it? And what is other messages they're trying to tell us here? All right. So, yeah. But it's something about that whole scene of Akuna Matata, and how he had the other people behind him, the little, whatever, the two friends, right? The two friends behind him. This also kind of reminds me of um Moana, because Moana had a pig as well. So it's something about the monkey, the pig, also giving me Babe vibes with Charlotte and the Web and the pig, right? Lion King, even though it's not a pig, it's kind of technically a pig. It looks like a pig, right? But it just got like little husks. So it's something about the advisors, okay? And sometimes your advisors look different than what you expect them to look. You might have a big advisor, right? Big energy advisor or guide, right? And then you may have a small energy, somebody that looks tiny, right? Or somebody that looks like a kid or a child, but whole time they're your advisor as well. I'm also getting like looks. Don't allow looks and size to deceive you, right? Just because you look at somebody and oh my God, that person is big, that doesn't mean that person is not athletic. That doesn't mean that person is not fast. That doesn't mean that person is what we call lazy. Just because they're big, right? And just because they're small doesn't mean that they don't have a big energy, right? As well. So doesn't mean that they don't know more. Doesn't mean that they're not stronger than the person that is big. So it's just all about your advisors. But for some reason, the monkey always stands out and stays out. And the monkey always is laughing at Simba for some reason. And Simba always gets frustrated with the monkey because it's like, okay, monkey, you think that this shit, excuse my language, but you think that it's a game and you think that it's funny that, that Simba is just all over the place or Simba is trying to learn. And he thinks it's so funny, but Simba does not find it funny at all. He's just like, ugh, you're frustrating me. Okay, so that can be somebody's energy, right? Where one advisor is frustrating them. Okay, we can have three advisors here, right? The wise one, the big one, and the small one. Okay, so yeah. Um yeah, and I feel like three different energies because if you look at all three of the people that was there with Simba, they all had a different type of energy that they held on to. I would say the little small one, right? Whatever the animal was, he was more sensitive with Simba. He like or they, both of them, the what's the name, they were more sensitive with them, but they kind of wanted to help more than to like laugh and giggle and joke about it and things like that. So it's something about that, all these different energies, right? You might even be meeting someone that talks like these individuals, or you notice that you are around certain people that act like these three types of animals. Okay. um but it's basically something about that part. And it's something about, how Simba is talking to his father, but I feel like his father gave him answers in that scene, but not the answers that he actually needed. And in order for, you to be king, right, you have to know how to figure things out yourself. And that's the same thing resonating with the movie Moana that I went to go see yesterday. Her father wanted the best for her, but at the same time, she had to know what was best for the whole group, everybody, and not just herself or, as well. But it was still like she had to go out on her own, right? She had to go out on her own and find um the big guy, which in all actuality became her guide, right? He became her guide, helped her understand, helped her learn certain things. And yeah, and her grandma was her guide as well. So it's something about guides here, right? Uh yeah, and the chicken. So people might look, it's still kind of the same, right? We got the big guide, right? Which would be the guy that had the little question mark hook. So he's a big guy, but he plays a lot, right? He doesn't give Moana all the answers, or he doesn't have 100% faith in Moana that she can do it, or he's just a little bit manipulative with how he guides, but he is still a guide for her. And she also has her grandma, which is her grandma is a guy that loves her, that's kind to her, that wants to protect her, and that says, look, even though I'm not here, I am actually still here with you. Okay? And she has the chicken, right? The chicken is also a guide as well. How I believe the chicken came through, some way, somehow in the thing, in the thing, but it's somebody that, maybe, even though the person is smaller than you, younger than you, they are your guide because they are a part of your mission that you have to help take care of, right? Or oh man, like I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. And I'ma go hard. And I'ma go hard. And I'ma go hard. And I'ma go hard. I'm going in. So yeah, I was going in, but my internet is messing up. So I was talking about, Moana, where she has three guides as well. So it's something about guides here and the number three and the different types of guides. Like I was saying, the big guy is kind of like the monkey as well. The big guy who The Rock played. He's very kind of malicious, but he is still good. But he doesn't like make it easy for Moana. He actually makes it kind of frustrating and kind of hard. And it's so funny. She was like, "Haha, you can't get rid of me," and he's like, "Fuck, I can't, I can't get rid of her." So it's something about even though someone or a specific guy might be a little malicious, a little cunning, and doesn't give someone the answers outright, but it's like you can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of the person. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna be stuck with me, type energy. And that's the same thing with Simba. He got frustrated with the monkey a lot, right? The baboon or whatever. He got frustrated with the baboon a lot. But in all actuality, he wasn't gonna leave the baboon because he's like, the baboon know the way. And I might not know the way completely or fully. So I still have to stay connected with the monkey. All right. So, yeah, that's just like with Moana. She could not walk away from the rock. She still had to stay connected to him for some specific reason. So she can get where she had to go, so she can do what she had to do, so they can retrieve what they had to retrieve, so she could save, her people, pretty much. And that was dope. So, yeah, and I was talking about some might be smaller energies or guides that are with you that may look younger, act younger, be younger, but they are guides for a specific reason to help you grow. Okay, to help you grow as an individual, to help you grow as a person in life. But they sometimes always come in with the clutch. It's like, oh man, they said that. That was a ding. Like, oh man, they did that. That was just what I needed. Things like that. So those little small energies or small, the small God is also important as the God of wisdom. Okay. So I feel like the big God is maybe the God of protection, right? When you think about it and you think about Simba and you think about the pig, okay? And a pig is big, right? Or a pig is just round and like that pig got husks. So when you honestly sit there and think about it, that pig is there to protect Simba. Okay, that pig don't play about Simba. That pig might look sweet and nice and innocent, but you end up messing with Simba, you gonna see that that pig do not play. Ay caramba! I think that's what he says or something like that. But yeah, so and I feel like the smile energy as well is a clever type of guy, the guy that you don't really see like I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's the one that can get in and out of places, in and out of things, in and out very easily and to help you, but maybe you not even know that they helping you or they can do things and you be like, how did you do that? How did you get that? How did that happen? So, I feel like these are three different types of guides that you may have, okay, in life or whatever the case may be that we talking about. But we talking about Hakuna Matata, okay. Something might even be specific about the letter H, as well. So yeah, the letter H and um I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting. And mhm. So yeah, we probably just need to look up Hakuna Matata. Dang, and they be like, "Oh, go watch the Lion King." I'm just like, but I might enjoy it. I don't really like certain things or like rewatching things, but it might be important for me to rewatch and figure out what they're trying to say here. So yeah, that is what we are critically thinking and creatively thinking about. So yeah, if you can, you might be thinking about three people. You might be thinking about three people that are your guides, or you might be meeting three people that are your guides, or you might be getting three new guides, right? Okay. I feel like in life, um, things take like a toll. But when I see a toll, I'm seeing like a toll as in like a spin thing. Like, okay, let's spin. So I'm seeing a spin. I'm also getting like something about the Wheel of Fortune here, but a top hat spin.
Okay, so I'm seeing like a top hat and something where you gotta spin it, or somebody spinning the wheel. The wheels are spinning. Okay, once again, I'm riding spinners, I'm riding spinners. Hey, I'm riding spinners, I'm riding spinners. Hey, something about riding spinners. All right, Project Pack. I know I had like channeled that before, but something about, maybe different stages or different points in your life. Once again, we're getting the number 4 here, like a clock, the seasons, and winter, spring, fall, summer of your life, right? You have different guides for different things, and some come back and some go away, and some is there to stay forever and they're never ever leaving you. You know what I'm saying? Um, as well. So we can be talking about the 4 agreements of the book. We could be talking about the 4 seasons of life. Wintertime when it's cold and when it's, um, things ain't looking so good, and when you depressed and when you tired and when you just feel like things ain't working out. In springtime, it's that time after after you're coming up out of that depression, and now things are starting to bloom. You're starting to gain your hope back. You're starting to see things a little bit more beautiful, right? I wish that I seen more flowers. For some reason, I barely see flowers around anymore. Like, I would love to be around an environment where flowers are just all around and they're beautiful. And I'm thinking, like, what happened to the trees? Where are the trees that bloom beautiful flowers on them, bloom in beautiful colors? Like, where are they? These are things that I would love to see more. And maybe if you guys see trees with flowers on them, or see gardens and things like that, post it on social media, because just seeing certain things like that actually can brighten up someone's day. So yeah, that's something. So that's the springtime, and then we go into summer, and summer is where it's like the harvest. Okay, where you have planted things, but you have harvested it, but you still are working at the same time. So you're still working, but you're still harvesting and working, harvesting and working. It's like a bee, right? As well, because the bees come out when it's spring and when it's summer. It's like, all right, I done went out and I done got this nectar, and now it's time for me to put this inside of that to create honey. All right, so it's something about that. And the last one, of course, is fall, even though it might not be last, but it's like, at the end, it's number 4. Fall. Okay, fall is where things start to change, but you feel more at home in fall, don't you? You feel a little bit more relaxed. You feel like you don't have to rush. And I just get this feeling that, all through the other months, it's always like, okay, I gotta rush and do this, rush and do that. And summer, most of the time, it's like work and play. It's like I love the work, but I love to play at the same time. But when you get the fall, it's like I'm working, but the work don't feel as hard. The work don't feel like a job. The day doesn't feel like just horrible, but it feels like, all right, I can come home, I can relax, I can be with family, I can cook, I can do all those little cozy things that I love to do, and not feel stressed out about winter, where it's what can I do, or what won't I have, and I don't have to feel stress and pressure about, I gotta make this happen so I can spring something. But in the fall, it's like I am okay with where I'm at, and I am okay coming home. I am okay with everything that I've did over the months, and now I can just rest for a little bit, right? So that is the energy that I am getting for this message. And you might have different guides in those times. You know what I'm saying? Like different guides for those different times in your life. Um yeah. Yeah. So Hakuna Matata. And I'll be busy to be back, baby. Peace.